We have one. Who would? We have two. You give up? Is anyone just going to give up on God? Are you sure? Put yourself in your position. 13 years. You would give up on God. Who would give up on God? Who would give up on God and say, God does not love me. I'm destined to just be a failure. You would? Why? He put you through all that pain. Okay. Please listen. Please listen. All these things seem bad, but I believe Chad read this. The Pharaoh of Egypt eventually makes Joseph second in command because he was able to interpret the Pharaoh's dream. Okay, please, I want you to really listen here, okay? Because you're going to see some really amazing. Genesis 41:40. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you. Okay. While he was second in command, there was a severe famine in all the land. Joseph's family, who sold him as a slave, they came to Egypt because they needed food. And guess who they had to deal with? Joseph. They had to deal with Joseph. Genesis 42:1-2. When Jacob, that's the father, learned that there was grain in Egypt, he said to his sons, "Why do you just keep looking at each other? I have heard that there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and buy some for us so that we may live and not die." So the brothers went down to Joseph. Okay? You're going to want to hear this. And eventually Joseph, he was there, he forgave his family. Joseph's entire family was able to come live in Egypt and not die. Genesis 45:17-18. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Tell your brothers, do this. Load your animals and return to the land of Canaan, and bring your father and your families back to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you can enjoy the fat of the land." Okay, so was Joseph being sold into slavery and then put in prison a bad thing?
No.
How?
No.
Was it? God took care of him. He had his faith in God. He was free. Was it a bad thing? Romans 8:28. Isaac read this. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Everything is good. So let me sum it up. Go to the next slide. This is how awesome God is. Try to follow me on this. I'm just going to try to sum it up for you about the story of Joseph, and I pray that won't go too fast. If Joseph's brothers never sold him to Midianites, then Joseph never goes to Egypt. If Joseph never goes to Egypt, he's never sold to Potiphar. If he's never sold to Potiphar, he's never put in prison. If he's never put in prison, he would not have gotten to interpret Pharaoh's dreams. He would never have been the second in command. If he never got to interpret Pharaoh's dreams, he wouldn't be second in command. If he never was second in command, he would never wisely administrate for that famine coming to the region. If he could not administrate for that severe famine coming upon the region, his family back home in Canaan would die. If his family back home in Canaan would die, the Messiah could not come forth from a dead family, because the Messiah would come from Canaan. If the Messiah can't come forth, then Jesus never came. And if Jesus never came, we are all doomed. Did you follow me on that?
Yes.
So because Joseph was sold as a slave and put in prison, we can live eternally. Is that awesome? Was it a bad thing? God does everything for the good. So why do bad things happen? I don't know. Everybody here struggles with it. Everybody will. If you haven't had a bad thing happen, you eventually will. I told you I broke both my legs. I was in a car accident. I've had neck surgery. I've been through a lot. Yeah? Appendix taken out? Yeah? Go ahead, Josh.
I was in my head a little bit because I put it on the wood part and then I
So, like I said, I don't know why bad things happen, but God does. I don't know why you had bad luck all last week. I'm really sorry. God knows why. All things that seem bad to us are eventually for the glory of God. And I'm going to try to make it simple for you guys. This is the best way I can explain it. We, humans, see time as a straight line. I don't know if you can see that up there. We have the past, we have the present, and we have the future. You follow me? We're in the present. We can only see what's going on in the present, and we can see in the past. We can't see in the future at all. But God, He sees time as a circle. Okay? He knows what's going to happen ahead. He knows why something needs to happen back then. Nothing surprises Him at all. It's not like, oh, something bad happens. Oh, God doesn't say, oh, I didn't see that coming. He knows it was coming. Yeah. I see. So again, if something bad happens, will you still believe? Who's going to believe? If something bad happens, are you still going to believe? No matter what. No matter what. Anybody. Is anyone not going to believe? Everyone's going to believe. If something bad happens, what are you going to do? You're going to believe. Any questions? No matter what, if something bad happens. I struggle with it still to this day. Oh, I believe. But when something bad happens, it's hard for me to see the good in it.
Wait, so God, they tell you in bad things for His reason?
What?
No, God makes it bad things for His reason.
Not for His reason, for the glory of Him.
Yeah.
You might do it as bad, but to Him it's good. And I can't explain other than that. Just accept it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Absolutely. Any questions? I guarantee you in your life you will have something bad happen. I pray that you will remember this. No matter what, keep your faith.